How to make a YouTube video. Yeah. I need to start from the beginning. Is this a good intro? Is this a good intro? Welcome to Clay's Corner episode 2, the time when I get to take over the Amongst Fools YouTube channel and basically talk about what I want. And today I've decided to go a little bit personal. I wanted to talk to you guys about mental health. 1 in 4 people in the UK alone struggle with some sort of mental health issue. That's massive. That means that the likelihood is that you watching right now are either struggling with it or have struggled with it in the past, or know someone who's dealing with it as well. I'm super passionate about it because pretty much all my life I've either watched people who are struggling with it or I've dealt with it myself. And so that's why I wanted to talk about it with you guys today. Now, just to educate you a little bit, mental health is an umbrella term. So everyone has mental health and everyone has experiences that affects our mental health. So changing job, or someone passing away, or moving away from home, or a breakup, or I don't know, a world-changing pandemic. That all affects our mental health. And that doesn't mean that you're weak if you can't bounce back from it. Actually, if someone's been through a traumatic experience, it's not exactly their fault if they can't bounce back from it and therefore develop mental health issues from it. But even if you've not been through a traumatic experience, mental health issues can easily creep in. Mental health issues isn't a weakness. It's a sign that you've been trying to be strong for far too long. It's kind of like holding a weight. I'm gonna use my mug. It's like holding my friend's mug. And if I hold it out, straight out, then it feels fine for a while. You can't see it, but I feel fine. But actually after a while, that weight starts to feel super, super heavy. And actually it's the same like with mental health issues. Actually, at first, we're able to hold all this stuff, but after a while, it just becomes too heavy to be able to carry anymore. And that is exactly what happened to me. See, I didn't have some sort of traumatic experience. It genuinely felt like one day I was absolutely fine, and then the next, suddenly, I had anxiety. I was 15, just going into my last year of high school and doing my exams. And suddenly my body and my mind was reacting super strange to circumstances that I would have normally been absolutely okay with. Suddenly I would feel super sick all the time. I'd feel tense and panicky. And these feelings were horrendous. And so I'd naturally want to avoid them by avoiding the situation. But that meant that absolutely everything was almost impossible to do. Going to school, going to church, hanging out with friends, playing music in front of people, just going out for a walk. Everything, whatever it was almost impossible to do. See, the thoughts in my mind were so loud and so intrusive. They'd be telling me that I needed to run away from these situations, because if I didn't, then the worst case scenarios, the things I was most scared about would happen, would come true. It felt like there was this brick wall in front of me and I couldn't move away from it. And I couldn't move without these thoughts in my mind just tormenting me all the time. And actually it's a really scary place to be, because it makes you feel like you're losing your identity. It feels like you're losing all your hopes and dreams for the future and also for the now. And actually it makes you feel like there is absolutely no hope. Like, this is how it's always going to be. And so I may as well just get used to it. And there's loads of practical things that have really helped me. Things like sleeping well and eating well and go for walks and runs and writing a diary. They're all really cool. And even taking medication for me was the right thing to do. Just a little side note. Crunchies are the best. But see, there is a whole other level for me because I'm a Christian. And actually, I honestly don't know where I'd be without Jesus. See, when I am anxious and panicky, the Bible, which is the book that Christians read, it tells me that I don't need to be afraid because God is way bigger than my fears. And so I can trust him to help me through it. When I feel alone, the Bible tells me that I'm never alone because God is always with me. When I feel like my identity is gone, actually the Bible tells me that my identity is who God created me to be, and that will never change. And I feel hopeless. The Bible tells me that there is always hope because Jesus came to bring life to the full, a life with meaning and purpose. And when I feel like no one understands, the Bible tells me that Jesus understands. See, Jesus suffered and sweat blood because of the extreme anxiety that he felt when he was being mocked and tortured and brutally murdered. Not because of anything that he did, but simply because he loves us and because he wants us to experience all this stuff the Bible says we can have when we're in relationship with God. See, he understands. He's not this distant God who doesn't get our suffering. He gets it. He understands. And he wants to do something about it. And that's what gets me through each day. It doesn't mean that Christians don't struggle. Actually, my anxiety got loads better for a few years, and then more recently it came back with a vengeance and it tried to stop me from doing the job that I love. But actually, I'm so proud of myself for each and every day that I can get out of the house and live my life with my anxiety. Christians do struggle, they do suffer. But actually the fact that I've been able to tour all around the UK and beyond, and I've played music and I've gone into schools and told people about my story and about my faith whilst living with anxiety, that blows my mind. But my faith means that I can deal with this not on my own, but with a massive God who's by my side, constantly telling me that it's okay. So that's my story, and you will have your own personal story too. You might be struggling with anxiety, depression, OCD, bipolar, eating disorder, PTSD. I really want to encourage you today to reach out to someone you trust. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to feel weak. But I believe that there is a God who loves you and cares for you so much. So why not have a read of the things that I've been talking about today in the Bible? And why not try talking to God? You might be surprised what his response will be. And if you are supporting someone who is struggling with mental health issues right now, then make sure that you are just there to listen to them, just there to be supportive for them, and love them and care for them and be patient for them and not judge them, and make sure that you learn the right things to say to them as well, rather than the wrong things, the things that can actually be really damaging for them right now. And make sure that you're also taking care of yourself as well. Generic.
What's up? Goodbye. Goodbye. Thanks so much for watching, and well done on making it to the outro.
Make sure you hit that like and then smash that subscribe.
And remember you're loved. Don't forget that.
Even if you feel like a pair of pants.
Or an absolute noob.
That's okay, because God thinks the absolute world of you.
And we think you're awesome, so be kind to yourself.
See you next time.